small towns to big cities and everywhere in between. We're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Hi everyone, I'm Ernie Anastas. As always, thank you so much for joining us for another Positively America. What we do on this show is right in our name. We cover the positive things happening in our country. What you need to know with good stories and information to improve life for you and for your family. Let's begin right now with an amazing statistic. Did you know that about 90 million families own a pet in the U.S.? That's a whopping 70% of households, and that number is growing all the time. Clearly, we love animals in America. Well, there's someone else who really cares about taking care of our pets and other animals, and she is doing an awful lot to prove it. My first guest serves on the National Board of the Humane Society, a renowned animal activist, and also heads up her own skincare company, Pride Beauty. So happy now to welcome our own Cathy Kangas to the show.
Oh, thank you, Ernie. Lovely to see you.
Well, you've been on a life mission for animals and have done so much personally and professionally with your company, Pride Beauty. It really is a global effort right now and has produced so many amazing results, changed the culture for animals. You must be very proud, very proud.
Absolutely, Ernie. Very passionate from being little to help animals all around the globe. One of our most successful projects was Free the Shelters, and really encouraging people to go to their shelter, meet the love of their life and their best friend. They're already vetted, they've already figured out the personalities, and lovely that we can save all these dogs that are sitting in shelters waiting for that home. I've got 5 of my own. And how we do that, Ernie, is we just get rid of the adoption fee. It's one more thing that then people can show up, get interviewed, and it's a little bit like Match.com. You know, they're meeting their favorite furry friend.
Well, you're doing a great job on that. Eliminating the fee is such a fantastic accomplishment for sure. Along those lines, in terms of what you've also been doing, we want to congratulate you on some of the really big news that broke nationally regarding animal testing on beagles. This is a very exciting thing going on. Very.
Oh, it certainly is, Ernie. We couldn't be more thrilled because prior to now, of course, 50,000 beagles in testing facilities. That's all moving away into a great positive, a really exciting future because now scientists are going to be able to do a computer-generated test. And we already rescued 4,000 beagles now going into wonderful, loving homes. So very proud, and we're loving that America is getting excited about giving those gorgeous little docile guys a home. I have 2 here.
Great. Well, overall, Cathy, I mean, you have 5 rescue dogs, right?
Yes.
So then you have firsthand knowledge of the process and experience. Very important, isn't it?
It is. You know what, Ernie? I would say that going to a shelter, adopting a dog, finding that love of your life, they give you that unconditional love, and we all need that right now. And gosh, it's just the best feeling in the world when you bring them home and you know you've saved a life.
Oh, that is so true. And I imagine that you get a lot of feedback from people who have gone through the process with the Humane Society. So many good people that you're meeting personally, and millions of true animal lovers in America. Aren't there so many?
Yes.
Well, share some of those stories with us, please.
Oh my goodness. I would say that even though we all know there can be tough things, I feel I meet the best person on the planet. By the way, one of them is you, Ernie. Just because it's people who care about doing right, doing good, helping others, helping animals, and especially that animals have no voice. So it really is just a wonderful feel good that you suddenly say, wow, all these great people are out there rescuing dogs, rescuing horses, rescuing beagles, and people are passionate about it.
Well, that has to be so rewarding personally. It's also great to see something that you're passionate about really taking off, and so many more people want to get involved. Cathy, if someone is watching now, wants to join in and do something, let's run down some of the options for us, okay? Do that, please.
Absolutely. So we have Free the Shelters, which if they go to the Cathy Kangas Foundation, they'll see how to sign up with us there to do Free the Shelters. If they go to Humane Society of the United States, they can have a really fun time volunteering at shelters, or on all kinds of different programs, depending on what you're passionate for which animal is. So there's always something for someone, and I think it makes you feel so good that you're doing something that, frankly, gosh, you've done a great thing for a furry friend.
Well, you've also done so much with your company, Pride Beauty, to connect all of this together seamlessly, Cathy. You've done a great job.
Thank you. Yes, proceeds go from everything from Pride back to animals. So whether it's a group in Afghanistan where we have an animal shelter still, whether it's horses, dogs, cats, big cats.
Wonderful.
We're trying to help a little bit all around the globe.
Cathy, you're happy. You really are. And I'm so thrilled that you're here to join us on Positively America. Very proud of all the work that you have been doing.
Thank you very much. Thrilled too. And thank you so much for having me on your amazing program, Ernie. Thank you.
All right, it's Positively America, and I'm Ernie Anastas. You know something. Young people are described as having a lot of excitement and energy about life. We hear stories how they're filled with hope and dreams to take on new ventures and succeed. Well, my next guest lives by the motto, locked in. He talks about giving it your best and helping others realize their untapped potential. You see him every week here on the host of Asking America, and we love having him on board. It's kind of funny. I see a little bit of myself in there, maybe a lot. I want you to meet my grandson. This is Billy Floyd. Hey, Billy, how are you?
Ernie, what's going on? I had the pleasure of learning from the man, the myth, the legend, myself growing up, and now I'm here, we're rocking, we're rolling. Let's do this thing, my man.
You are doing it, Billy boy. You really are. I'm so proud of you. And you know what? We love having you on the show, asking questions out there on the street, and you're buzzing around talking to a lot of people. Are you having fun doing it? What's it like talking to everybody?
I'm having a blast. It's so positive, and you get to talk to strangers. So you're making brand new connections every second that you're out there, and you're only passing along good energy. You're making people think about positive questions. They're answering, they're reflecting, they're staying grateful for what they've been through. I'm having the time of my life. This is a pleasure. It's an honor.
I know you are. And we're enjoying it. A lot of viewers out there are enjoying it as well. Billy, you've got a great positive attitude, and you've had this for a long time, and it's part of your life. What is your message? You go out there, you talk to a lot of young people, you coach a lot of kids, for example. What do you tell them? What's your message?
I have a lot of great messages, but my one message that I live by is, hey, I'm locked in. You got to be locked in. And what I mean by being locked in is there's no dwelling on the past, and there's no freaking out about the future. You're present, you're in the moment, you're focused. You handle whatever you have to do right here, right now. You focus on the conversation, you focus on the meal, you focus on the work, whatever it might be. Yeah. Don't worry about what happened. It got you to this point. And don't get in your head about what's coming. You're going to be locked in when you get there if you stay present right now. So always, I tell everybody, focus on what you can do right now, because that will set you up for greatness in the future.
Absolutely. And I know that, you're a living example of that, because that's your positive attitude. And you exude that wherever you go. You talk to people, you're friendly, because you're interested, you're genuinely interested. And we love that about you. You also had a lot of experience doing television news, morning news out in Wyoming and Casper. How did that help you to learn more about communicating with people?
For me, Ernie, it was never about reporting the stories and talking about the news. My position in Wyoming was morning show host. So as the host, I would bring in community members all across the state, coaches, kids, teachers, entrepreneurs, business owners. Hey, come on the program, sit with me, sit with my co-host, and let's talk about what you're doing. Let's talk about how you're making this community a better place. So everybody would come on, everybody would shine. I would give them that platform. They would do a wonderful job on live TV. They would share it. Their messages would get out there. More business would come in. More connections would be made. So I learned through my television experience It's all about connecting with great people and positively impacting others. Money, that's it.
Yeah, well, you're doing a lot of that too. And I know you like working with young kids. You love sports and you coach them. You teach them a little bit about basketball. How does that work out? And what do you tell these young people? What's the message?
It's always for the kids. It's so special, whether I'm teaching them basketball, whether I'm at Cool Insuring Arena in Glens Falls as the arena host for the Adirondack Thunder hockey team. I just want to get the point across to these kids. Look, you can do anything that you want. There is no limit. You want to play in the NBA? Go work your butt off and you'll get there. You're going to make it. I think you can make a kid believe in anything. So why not make a kid believe that they can do anything? So whatever it takes to make those youngsters believe no limits exist, I'm all in.
You're great. In a word, in a couple of words, what's great about America, Billy? What's great about our country? Quickly.
Here, you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. And if someone's going to judge you, that's their own fault. You stay in your lane, you be who you want to be, and all the right people will come to you and love you and be a part of your wonderful journey.
Billy Floyd, thanks so much for joining us, okay? We'll see you soon. Okay, we're taking a break, and coming up, we'll turn our attention back to our most treasured resource, our kids, keeping them healthy. Positively America returns in just a minute. And we are back with more Positively America, and we appreciate you following us. Thank you so much for joining us, okay? It really is a choice, and I'm glad that you're making the choice to be here. All right, as a family man, I love kids. And you also know that one of the best things we can do is to keep our children safe and healthy. That includes paying careful attention to good nutrition. So important, but you know what? Not always easy. So let's get some help right now. My guest has a lot of experience as a registered dietitian, nutritionist, popular wellness coach, and here's the big story. She is the proud mother of 2 kids. Please welcome Kristen Carlucci to the show. Hi, Kristen. You put a smile on our face. Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good. Family's all good. We love to hear that. We want to talk about our kids, okay? Because we love our children. They're beautiful. They're picky sometimes with food, right? I mean, it's like, they start nibbling and they don't eat enough for dinner and we have all these problems. How do we handle that? What do we do?
That is one of the toughest things, I think, when it comes to kids. A few tips would be really just to lead by example. Our kids watch us, and so if we're the ones that are eating healthy, balanced meals or trying new, exciting foods, they will be more likely to try it. Also, when you're introducing a new food, try and pair that food with a food that your child is very comfortable with already. So if they love chicken nuggets, but they're about broccoli, try and introduce them together so then it's not quite such a scary food. It can take up to 6 to 15 exposures to a new food before children develop a new taste for something. So be patient and gently encourage it.
I think the word patience is really important, okay? And also making it fun. I have found as a parent too, you have to make it fun. Because if you start telling them, you have to eat this, you have to eat that, right away it's no. You have to say, this is fun, and show them. Be a good example, right?
Absolutely. And get them to the grocery store and have them pick out new fruits and vegetables and things that make them more involved in the process.
Right. Okay, so we talk about nutrients and food and so forth. What's your opinion? I mean, you're a nutritionist. What's your opinion on vitamins for kids?
I think food should always be and is the best source of nutrition for kids and adults as well. But if you feel as a parent that maybe there are some gaps that your child might have in their diet that they're not meeting, a multivitamin can fill in those gaps, but usually not always necessary unless your child has is not able to eat certain foods, like they have a food allergy or celiac disease.
When you're out, okay, and let's say your children are a little older and they're visiting with another family, you're not sure what they're eating, right? You don't have any control over that. How do you teach your children to be careful about what they eat?
So what I teach is trying to fill your plate and having this guideline, and it works in any scenario, which I love, is the plate method. 50% of your plate, you want to try and be filling it with fruits and vegetables. 25% starches, whole grains whenever possible, and then 25% protein. And then you can use that as a guideline to make sure that you're hitting all of the macronutrient groups that you need, but also getting vitamins, minerals, portion control. It's all built in, and you can kind of use that as a framework as you're building your plate, no matter what scenario you're in.
Right. Kristen, what do you keep in the house for snacks? You know, when the kids are around, and even for adults as well, but what's your favorite snacks, for kids?
My favorite snacks, great question. We love any types of fruits. That's what we rotate each week. They pick out different fruits that they want to have, so they're trying a different variety. They love goldfish. They love yogurt.
Yeah. Right.
They love hard-boiled eggs, surprisingly. They love peanut butter and whole grain crackers. So just having a variety of different things to choose from.
Okay, another thing that people I know are asking about, and that is, okay, I'm on vacation, things change, okay, there's a lot of food out there may be a buffet or something like that. Should you just let that go, like just everything in moderation, as the expression goes? How do you handle that when you're away on vacation or visiting grandparents or whatever?
Yeah, I think balance is important. Food, like you said, it should be fun. It shouldn't be something that we're always worried about. So if you are using that plate method and keeping that in mind while you're at the buffet, you can fill your plate with things. So if you see, maybe there's mashed potatoes and French fries and you want to try both of them, you just say, okay, can I fit both of these on 25% of my plate? And then making sure that the foods that you're eating, you really love. Like when you're at the dessert buffet, pick the thing that that is actually special to you, not just eating it because it's there. Pick what's really taste your favorite.
You know what? You have such good advice. Taking care of your family. You've learned a lot of experience that you've shared with us today. I'm going to take advantage of what you're talking about because we got some grandkids too that I have to be concerned about. They're a lot of fun. Kristen Carlucci, I thank you so much for joining us. I hope everything is going well with you and your family.
Thanks, Ernie. You too.
Okay, when we continue, we are putting Billy Floyd back on the job. Yes, sir. He's going to be asking America, what's the nicest thing that someone ever did for you? Very thoughtful question. Got your answers coming up right after the break.
Welcome back to Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd. Today, we're asking America, what's the nicest thing someone has ever done for you?
Put me on a show.
Positively America?
Yes, Positively America.
Hey, we got a superstar right here on TV. And my man, what do you got?
They allowed me to stay with them. I was homeless at one point, so.
Real ones, huh? Who did that for you?
One of my best friends. Actually, she just walked that way. That was funny.
You're a legend down there. Thank you.
I grew up with autism, so I had a hard time growing up, but just thinking of all the people that were kind to me back then and just really helped me turn it around and brighten all my years all the way through there.
I just recently found out my girlfriend's pregnant and I'm having my first child. So look at that, all right? That's positive, right? That's good vibes right there, right?
More life, baby. Is it a boy or a girl? What do we know?
We don't know yet. Gender reveal, and I'm going to do it softball style.
Hey, the next superstar is coming to this planet.
Coming soon. There we go.
My parents have offered me to let them stay at their house, even though I've decided to move out, even though I've decided to go away from home and be on my own. I will always have a place in their home, and I love them for that.
Telling me to believe in God.
Now, who told you that?
Anybody that I talk to, they know that I'm very positive. I'm loving God.
So much kindness being passed on. We'll see you next time on Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd.
All right, thank you, Billy. Having fun out there. Love the questions and love the answers, too. Okay, I like this George Eliot quote very much. There's so much truth to it. We've actually seen it happen many times with a lot of famous people who succeeded in transforming their lives at a later time in life. Now, for me, I think that you can do anything you want if you want to change. It's up to you. And you don't necessarily have to be unhappy to make a change in your life. It's just knowing what you really, really want to do. Now, maybe your career, for example, has taken some kind of a turn. You've gone in one direction, but you'd like to try another road. So you know what I say? Go for it. What you need is the passion. You need the commitment and a plan to make that magic happen. Now, here's something that I think really I've witnessed over many, many years, and I think it's really important. One of the biggest problems, the biggest obstacle that people have from achieving their dream is not believing in themselves. That's a problem. They sit back and they say, I don't think I can do it. Stop. Don't do that to yourself. There's a great line that says, if not you, who? If not now, when? There's truth to that. You have to understand it. The time is right for you. So go out there, believe in yourself. Try something that you haven't done before, because it's never too late to be what you might have been. I thank you so much for joining us on Positively America. See you next time.